It's January favourites time. I'm folding it nicely this time because I saw somebody use it as wrapping paper and I thought that was genius. Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my January favourites. You may or may not have noticed I didn't do a December favourites, mainly because A, there wasn't a lot for me to talk about, and B, I had my 2016 favourites, so I felt like for me personally there wasn't a need. However, I do have a bunch of products to talk about that I have been loving through basically January and December. But yeah, so let's get cracking. First of all, I'm going to start with skincare products because I usually start with makeup. Why not shake it up? New year, new me. Anyway, so I've got two products from Bioderma. First of all being just their standard Bioderma Micellar water, the Sensibio, the original, the one with the pink cap. You've seen this around before. This is the original sort of micellar solution, and for me it's the best. I don't know if you've been following my trials and tribulations. I tried to go to Paris to get some and I forgot my passport, so I ended up actually ordering some of it online. But yeah, I've tried all the other drugstore ones, I've tried some higher end ones. If you actually watch my favourites, I talk a little bit about it as well. But this one's just the best, it's back in my life. I have absolutely raced through this bottle. It's a good job that I bought two. I get mine off of Central.com and they tend to do either like French pharmacy money off or just site-wide money off stuff. So it's actually it's cheaper to buy it on that site anyway, and then it's cheaper again when they have deals going on. So I definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I had to mention this, it's back in my life and I'm loving it, so there's that. And the second product from Bioderma is a lip balm. This is just their standard lip balm. It is called Atoderm moisturising stick. Looks like this. I don't know if you can see, it's got some blue writing on it. And the reason that I got this is I follow the blogger Lily Pebbles, and she had an issue with her lips for a while, and she said the only lip balm that sort of started to help out was this one. So I thought, oh, I mean, I've got a million lip balms, but I was like, oh, okay, so like she had, you know, some real issues. It's now, you know, it's winter time, so I thought, why not invest in a new one? And actually this is just really nice and simple lip balm. I think it's around a £5. You can get them in larger Boots stores, and I really like it. It's just a really nice standard, does what it says lip balm, and yeah, as I said, it's not all that expensive either, so been loving that. Speaking of lip products, why not talk about another one? I've got a lipstick from Jeffree. This is Redrum, which I believe was like one of the first shades he ever released. I actually got this for Christmas, and yeah, I've been loving it. It's really great. One thing I've noticed, I have actually expanded my Jeffree liquid lipstick collection quite significantly recently. I've been on a bit of a spending spree. Actually this here is Unicorn Blood, if you're wondering what I'm wearing on my lips today. Also, whilst I'm busy plugging, if you want to know what this eye look is, I did it with the Kat Von D and Too Faced Better Together collection, and I filmed it as well, so if you want to see how I did this eye makeup look, watch out for that video. But anyway, back to this lipstick. This is just the standard blue toned red colour that he does, and as I said, I got it around Christmas time, and sort of this is the type of colour you wear over Christmas. But also what I like about this is I can wear it and not be worried about it. Like I wore this out for a meal. This is what sealed the deal for me to like this lipstick. I wore this out for a meal, which is, you know, pretty bold, and when I went to the toilet I took it with me to top it up, and I'd been eating, admittedly not tremendously oily foods, but eating all the same, and actually it didn't really need a top up. And what I like in liquid lipsticks is I would rather a lipstick wear off slightly and layer better than not wear off as easily, but when you go to layer it be gross, because that's, to me, is worse. And those typically tend to feel heavier on the lips, whereas sort of like thinner formulas tend to feel obviously lighter on the lips. Anyway, so yeah, this is a really great formula. I like this one. One thing I've noticed, this one doesn't smell, whereas some of the ones I've got like smell like licorice. It's really weird, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like a new formula or what have you. It's just a bit of a weird thing. I don't tend to smell it on my lips. The ones that do smell, I don't smell them once they've dried down, but I know some people who can. So that's something to keep in mind, but my personal Redrum doesn't smell of anything. So anyway, yeah, if you wanted a nice blue tone standard red, this is really nice, and yeah, I've been loving it. Actually, wait, I realised that I have missed a skincare favourite. See, this is why I don't do skincare first, because anyway, so I have got an eye cream. This is by Kiehl. This is their creamy eye treatment with avocado. This, if you've been on the beauty YouTube blogosphere before, you've definitely heard about this eye cream before. One of my sort of like, I don't want to say New Year's resolutions, but one thing I said to myself is I'm going to start wearing eye cream cream. So I actually bought this. Thanks Hannah for giving me a House of Fraser voucher because I put it towards this. This is the big tub. They do a smaller one, but I thought why not invest. And there's a couple reasons why I bought this eye cream. A, I'd heard great things. B, I mean, I love avocados. I mean, that wasn't really a reason why I bought it, but you know, it's a nice cherry on top, right? But the reason that I did want this eye cream was, it's not necessarily anti-aging. You know, I'm 23, so it's not, anti-aging is not necessarily a big concern of mine yet, but you know, I want to look after my skin. But this eye cream doesn't migrate, whereas I think basically every other eye cream does. So what that means is, say if you put an eye cream like under here, under your orbital bone, like sort of like on the bone, it will like travel up. So sometimes, I don't know if you've noticed this, I've definitely had this before, I've like put eye cream too high up and it's like made my eyes water because the eye cream's like gotten in my eye even though I haven't rubbed it in my eye. Whereas this eye cream doesn't do that, it doesn't migrate. So I get some, rub it in between two fingers and I like literally throw it like all around my eyes. I like rub it over my eyelids, like I get right on in there and it's no problem, it stays where I put it and therefore it doesn't like irritate my eyes at all, which, you know, I kind of get it, like sometimes it's like, oh, like it's all moving around and doing its thing, but honestly I like that this goes where I put it and it does a really great job. My dark circles are still there, but honestly my sleeping pattern's really shit. But I have noticed a difference in the texture under my eyes, like when I touch it. So I feel like this is a really good standard comprehensive eye cream, and I'm really, really bad with using eye creams, whereas this I have continued to use since I got it. I actually went away for the weekend and I decanted some into a little pot, so I think that says a lot about this eye cream. They also have one that's sort of like more of like a day one, like a depuffing one, which I'm half tempted to get as well because I've been so impressed with this one. But yeah, this one's really good. I've been really liking it. And as I said, this is the bigger pot. You can get a smaller pot. I think the smaller one's around £20. I think this was around 30. But yes, 100% worth the money. Loving it. I've actually got a couple more eye makeup products. Oh, I like how I'm going like skincare related. Anyway, so I've got an eyeshadow palette. Again, this is something that I got for Christmas. This is the Shade and Light Eye Palette Compact. Oh my god. Let's start again. This is the Shade and Light Eye Palette small version by Kat Von D, and this is in Rust. Of course it was going to be in the Rust one. Kat Von D had brought out last year, I believe, 4 sort of smaller eyeshadow quads in the Shade and Light family that she has, in a sort of grey colour, a purple, a green, and then a sort of reddy family, which is obviously the one that I went for. Oh, why can I not hold on to this? It looks a little something like this. So this is like typical of like Kat Von D eyeshadows. This is the base colour, then you've got the colour, highlight and the contour shade. This is basically what I've been using every day. I've spoken about the original Shade and Light Eye Palette. I still love that and I still use that regularly, but sort of obviously this is significantly smaller and more compact. It's also in a plastic case as opposed to in cardboard, so it's a little bit more travel friendly. Like if something's spilt on it, I could just wipe it off and it's not gonna affect the integrity of the packaging or anything. I think this is around £20. I want to say it's like either 19 or 21, something like that. Well worth the money for me personally, and as I said, this is a colour family that I like. But as I said, there's a bunch of other colour families. I already knew that I would love the formula of the Kat Von D shadows, and it stands true to them. It's consistent with the ones that I've tried before. Yeah, I've been really loving it. I've been using it. This is what I've been using basically for my daily makeup. One thing I will say, one thing I don't like about this palette is the mirror. So it has a mirror, but as you can see, it's sort of like in this plastic packaging. The mirror doesn't come up where it sort of dips in, and also it's got this sort of like swirly design, which, I mean, looks cool, but takes away mirror space, and when you've already got a smaller mirror than the packaging, I personally wouldn't have put that in. Anyway, that's just a very minor detail, but yeah. This palette's great. I do have a fragrance favourite for this month. It is by Yves Saint Laurent. This is the Black Opium. I believe it's just their standard Black Opium. I know they have a couple like subsidiary ones. But yes, so this is Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. And I have been loving this. And the reason that I want to put this in, you know, obviously, if I buy a scent, it's because I like it, you know. Like, I'm not going to spend, you know, 30, 40, 50 quid on a smell and not like it. So I feel like that goes without saying, but the reason that I want to specifically put this in, the amount of times people have told me I smell nice when I've been wearing this has been absurd. Like, I've had like several friends who have said, oh, you smell nice. I'm like, it's literally the same perfume that you said smelled nice the last time you complimented me on how I smell. Anyway, so it's not just me that likes this. Not that you should buy perfume on what other people think, but I think it's worth noting, you know, when you wear perfume and other people like it. Anyway, so yeah, this one's very easy to get hold of as well, but I really like it. I also think it's got notes of coffee in it, so I don't know if that's a selling point for you, but anyway, yeah, so I definitely wanted to mention that one because man's been smelling good the past 6 weeks. And last but not least, I have a brush. This is by Real Techniques, and this is part of their Bold Metals collection. When the original lineup for these, like this subsidiary line came out, I wasn't, like, this brush wasn't one that stood out to me. However, over Christmas, Boots were doing star gifts and stuff, and one of the star gifts was their set for this being better than half price, so I picked up a set of 7 brushes, this being one of them, and this is the one that I'm most impressed with that I didn't already have in the collection. It's the one that I've been using the most, and it's what I've been using for my blusher basically ever since. It's just a really nice shape for my face, makes things a little bit more detailed but without making it stripy. I don't know, it's a really good blush brush, and I feel like I definitely wanted to mention it because it looks really unassuming, because I looked at this brush and just didn't I wasn't all that bothered about it, but actually it's really good and I continue to use it, you know, when it needs a wash, which is definitely right now. I will wash this one and use it again, as opposed to reach for another one that I have at the moment. So yeah, I think this is around £15, which is, you know, a bit more expensive than the normal brushes, but it's well worth it. I've been using it every day, so yeah. Anyway, that is all of my beauty bits, my beauty favourites, but I do have one miscellaneous favourite that I thought I would share with you. Let me just unplug it because it's on the back of my phone. I got an iPhone 7 at the end of last year, and basically I got it sort of kind of like a couple months after it came out, so not a lot of brands were making cases for it unless you wanted the actual Apple case, and I don't want to spend £40 on silicone. I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to. So originally I took my old case because I had an iPhone 6 before, and it was basically the same shape, but I had to like snap the corner off so I could use the camera. And at the time, I sort of thought that was fine, but then when I got a new case, I was like, fuck, that looked real fucking janky. Anyway, because that case was falling apart anyway. So anyway, I bought this off of ASOS. This is by a brand I believe called Zero Gravity. Let me have a look and take this off. Yeah, the brand is called Zero Gravity. Oh wow, this is cute. I'm sorry, I haven't taken my phone case off and it's a bit grim. And this is, I don't know if you can see, it's sort of slate inside. It's pretty sturdy. This phone case I think was around £20, which is quite expensive for a phone case, depending how you want to spend your money on them. But as I said, I mean, at this moment in time, there's not a lot of brands that are making iPhone 7 cases. But yeah, actually, it's a really sturdy, good phone case. It's not just, oh, this looks nice. It's actually pretty standard. And I also really like the back, and so many people have complimented me on it. So I definitely wanted to put this in because, yeah, as I said, it's something that you kind of use every day, and you'd rather have, I'd rather look after my phone than, you know, have it open to the elements. I don't trust myself. I did actually smash my last phone, so. But yeah, so I just thought I'd mention it. As I said, I got it off of ASOS. You know, it's a little bit more expensive than your standard phone cases, but I like the design and it's encasing my phone rather well, so thought I'd mention that one. Anyway, that is everything from me. If you have any favourites that you want to share, leave them down below. Also, if you wanna subscribe, if you wanna see me around for the rest of 2017, you know, you could do that if you wanted. Anyway, as I said, that is everything from me. I hope you are having a fabulous day, evening, whatever you are doing, and I hope to see you soon. Bye! Hi.